it's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm getting my next diamond painting ready. So I thought you could join me. So I've got my storage container. I keep going back to this one. It just fits in my little tub with all my tools and stuff, so I just keep going back to it. I've got my label stickers. As I said before, these are just Blick adhesive label stickers, 80p from Hobbycraft. So I've got those ready to label up said containers, and I've got my diamonds. So this is the next one that I'm going to be doing. I have done an unboxing for it. It is a 30 by 30 and it's a camera. So I've got my inventory sheet here, which has 23 colours. Now the symbols, while we do have nice clear symbols, they're not just letters and numbers. So I'm just going to label this up with my DMC codes, and then I will use the symbols either off the canvas or off this inventory sheet. So first things first, I need to label up my stickers. So we've just got 154, 169, that uses up those couple. We've got some lovely 310, 317. We've got quite a nice variety of colours considering it's a black and white picture for this one. 414, 415. So this is pretty much the tedious, not much to talk about part. Try and make them biggish, just so that I can see them no matter what the lighting is. And we've got 3747. I always get stuck when it gets to the bigger numbers. 3756, 3799. I much prefer 3 digits. 3860, 3865, and then we've got some plain white of 5200. So that's all my stickers created. Now with the diamonds themselves, I do maybe approach it different to many. You can fit, at a push you can possibly fit 4 in these little containers. However, I tend to stick with 3. But what I also like to do is I also, if I have multiple bags, so if I have say 3 bags, I like to only put 2 in, and therefore leave myself 1 bag, and that is in case I don't need it. So for those that either don't keep hold of their spare drills, or maybe automatically put their spare drills into a baggie or some other form of storage system where you don't want to keep them in these, then by all means, as I say, you can tip 3 in, possibly 4 comfortably per tub. For myself, if I can have my spare diamonds kept in the bags, then that's the way I like it. So if I only have 3 of a certain colour, I will more often than not only put 2 in here, and then I will leave myself a spare one and only open it if my diamonds run out. Now, in one sense, that stops me panicking as well. So if I find that I'm getting low in one of the tubs, I always think to myself, well, I've pretty much always got a spare bag. It's only the colours that I only get 1 bag of that I won't have a spare. So it stops me thinking that I'm always going to be nearly running out. and I will only face that battle if I have to. But how you do it is completely up to you. So that's them all labelled up with my DMC numbers. And my battery's about to die on my camera, so I'll change that and then we'll get this all tubbed up. I am back. So battery's changed. So let's get some of these bagged up. Now I do tend to keep the inventory sheet quite close. That's just in case I need to reference how many bags I may or may not have. But let's start with some of these that I only have one floating about. And you can rip these. I do just tend to prefer to cut them though. So this one, 535, I have 2 and I need 220. Now these bags average 200, though there may be a little bit more than that in them. So I am only going to box up the one, just in case either the inventory sheet shows a little bit more than what I need, or in case the bag holds a little bit more than what I think. Hi, so my daughter's just come home from school, hence that little interruption. Where was I? Bags. So, yeah, if I do find that it could be close to possibly using a bag, then I will only empty less. So that's 640. We're sort of going in colour order here, but maybe not. Maybe that's, yeah. Oh, I was going to say, do I hunt for the next one? Do I not? So for example, on this one, 451, I have 2 bags, but I need 267 of this one. So for this one, it is not likely that I will have an extra 67 to the 200 that's needed. So for this one, I am going to pop both of them in. Say it is only due to the way I like to store my spare drills. These will fit, more than likely they will fit 3, possibly 4 in. So this one is 428. Again, we may well find that I have a few extras. So if it has 220 in each, then I will have enough. So I'm only going to pop 2 in this one. The idea is to get me started. I do quite like opening these little bags as I go along when I'm working on a diamond painting, because I do have the large tray. So I do just tend to tip the whole thing into my large tray, and then tip any that are left out of the way. So for 413, it says we need 348, which means I am more than likely to be into the second bag. 317. Now we've got 516 on this one. So again, even if we go for a high average and say there's 220 in each, how many did I say we needed? Yeah, I'm going to need all 3 of these, so we may as well open them up now. And that's more because all the rubbish will go in the bin in one foul swoop, and it means I have less bags to hunt through when I do need some spares. So we've got 3799. Now this one is 552 to 400. Again, we're likely to need the other bag for this one, so we'll pop all of them in. As bland as some of the colours are in this one, I am really looking forward to seeing how this one turns out, because the canvas looked so nice. Okay, so 3743, 637. So if we've got 246, and we may have some extras. So this one I'm definitely going to keep as a spare. And for those, I just have a bag which it's what I use to store the diamonds before I've done a painting, and in turn I use it to keep any overflow. It fits in a little plastic tub that I sort of have all my diamond painting bits in, and it's just quick and handy to grab and keeps them all together. We've even got a diamond painting that's got caught in the seal. So we've got 3042. Now 619. So again, we'll keep hold of that one because we may or may not need it. Plus 3 bags is a nice amount for this sort of storage, I find. Say at a push you can fit 4 in, but I do find that 3 is a nice amount. You don't fear that when you open it up it's going to fall out, or you don't feel as though you have to be careful when you're tipping them in. 939, 361, which means I'm definitely going to need the 2 bags because I can't see it having an extra 160 to what it's supposed to have. We'll pop those in. 3041, 242. I don't think it's going to. So yeah, that was half and half for me, but I think I'm just gonna tip that one in. 762, 542. Again, I don't think that's something that is anywhere near borderline, so I'm going to tip all 3 of those in. Otherwise I will just have loads of spare bags floating about. And I don't know if you've noticed, but this seller tends to use metallic blue or metallic red to note down to mark their bags, which I find show up quite nicely against the matte diamonds. So we need 268 of this one, which means I reckon we'll be into that second bag. What else do we need on here? 414. There's 415. There's 414. So 414, 316. I'm going to need both bags. Do we get a bit brave and cut 2 of them at the same time? Let's see how that works. It worked. I'm surprised I didn't make a mess. There's time yet. Here, oh, see, look. These drills so far, I'm not finding I've got any problem with static. I've not got any problem with oily, which is all good. 310s. 265 of these, so we'll definitely put both bags in for that. And the 310s look very nice. This might become one of my new favourite stores. 169, 299. So again, we need both bags of these. These are all seeming very, very nice quality beads. I have yet to work with it, but there is, as I say, no oil, no static. They're just going straight into the containers beautifully. This is that lovely cornflower blue. 3747. Very nice. I like, oh, missed one. And then last but not least, so we have 3860, which we only need 1 bag. 3865, so for this I'm going to put 3 in. I think I will need 4. However, I think I prefer to just have 3 in these containers than to squeeze the 4th one in. And last but not least for this one, so this is sort of an off-white. So that's all the smaller bags done, and in my spare little pouch I only have 5, so I'm not going to be hunting for colours. And then I have my 5 200s, of which I'm going to pop 3 in here. Now quite often, especially when I have 35 packs of a colour, to be honest, quite often I just won't bother tipping them into these containers. I will just tip it straight into my tray and work from my tray. And I'll only use the container for them if I find I've finished a section and have some left over and I'm not moving on to the next one. But for the sake of having a look at how pretty these colours are, I'll pop them in. So that is the front. Labels nice and clear, fill the space. To turn it over, that's the colours that we're working with. So for a black and white picture, we've got some greens, some greys, some whites, and even some sort of purpley pinky colours. So that's me all boxed up. All that will go in the rubbish. This will just sit next to me while I'm diamond painting, as will the inventory sheet. So to confirm, that's the picture I'm going to be doing in 30 by 30. And that's all the different colours. So for now, I'll pop that in here. Canvas is already in my front room after unboxing it. But that's my kit now ready to go. And I'll pop that with my tools and get started. So thank you so much for joining me while I prepped my next diamond painting, which is my camera, and I hope you'll join me for my review of that once it's done, and if not, any other videos that I pop up in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.